Today, I'm rating every single Animal Crossing island I have ever finished, but with a twist. I'm doing it as Isabelle, and I'm not cosplaying as her clearly, but it's through the mind of Isabelle. We've all been victims of Isabelle's brutally picky rating system, so I decided to loosely use her criteria to rank all my islands from least favorite to top favorite, with, of course, my own honest thoughts along the way. There will be a few categories that I will be looking at on each island to decide my rating, based on generally what Isabelle rates our islands. First, we have island development and navigation. I'm talking about furniture. Do we have enough inclines and bridges? Is it easy to navigate around, or are we getting picked up by rescue services every 2 seconds? Number 2 is nature points. Just like Isabelle rating our islands when we're on the road to 3 stars, do we have enough flowers and trees? Are we clearing dropped items, or does it look like a treasure island? Next is villager lineup. Do I like my villagers on this island? That is all. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. And then lastly, we have, did I have fun making this island? It is very important because, as you know from my last video, which is linked in the description, the most important thing above all else is, are you having fun? Let's get into it. Starting off with my least favorite, we have Gypsum. Gypsum was my hard mode island from 2 years ago, and it was highly underdeveloped. I didn't even upload a dream address for this one because I restarted a month after. I gave up. So this is footage from a past video. The island development, I would say, is not the worst. It's very simple, easy to get around, but there are barely any bridges, barely any inclines, and just there's nothing happening here. It's pretty much barren, and I'm pretty sure I only had like 3 villagers, but I don't think we were allowed to use custom designs unless we made them, and the island name was chosen by a random name generator, so it was an interesting time. I would say that part was fun. I mean, we do have a myriad of offenses, so I guess Isabelle would give some points for that. There are also a lot of dropped items and just, I don't know, it was not my favorite. And as you could see, for some reason on this island, one of my favorite pastimes was group stretching, and not a lot of villagers showed up. So as we could see, we have Cousteau, and looking at just this one villager, I have to say, pretty good. I really like Cousteau, so even though I can't really have access to the full villager list, I'm pretty sure it was like 3 of them, but it's okay, Cousteau's mustache accounts for all of them. I would overall rate this 3 stars. And because we have some nostalgia from the challenge days, you know, bump it up from 2.5 to 3. Definitely not my favorite because it was so hard not having treasure islands. I was struggling. But we got the flowers, we got the trees. We just have a problem with the dropped items, but otherwise it's okay. Now shall we let Luna whisk us away to an actual dream address I have. Take a look at beautiful Honeycrisp. Next on the list, and she's beautiful. She's cottagecore-like, and she also has not many bridges or inclines yet. Honeycrisp has a lot of flowers, being a cottagecore / bearcore island. I honestly don't know what I was thinking here, but it's cute, it's cute. We have some points lost for the mess of dropped items around the island, especially up top, but honestly, I really love what builds there are in this island, and the color of the grass looks really nice with the custom designs. It was another short-lived one, and as you could see, the ones that didn't progress much are my least favorite, of course, because I didn't even enjoy it enough to finish. I think I was putting so much pressure on myself at the time to do a highly terraformed island, so I guess I gave up on that again. As you could see, I gave up on a lot of them halfway, but villager-wise, I think this lineup is slightly cursed. We somehow have Teddy, one of my favorites, and Harry in the same lineup. I don't know how Harry sneaked his way in there, but I'm concerned. We also have Ninja Ken because at the time I made this island, we had some channel lore with Ken, and if you were watching my streams back then, you know I had a phase of including Ken on a lot of my islands for absolutely no reason. I would give this a solid 3.7 stars? 3.5, 3.7, somewhere around there. It's cute, but it's just really underdeveloped, and Isabubu would not like this. We also have a lot of pansies, just a whole overgrowth, so it's near the bottom of the list, guys. Next, we have my Christmas island, Fablewood. This island was super cute and got me into the cozy Christmas spirit as I'm a huge festive person. I mean huge. I love Christmas, so I had to create an island representing that. As Isabelle would say, there's some positive buzz at last with this island, and folks are starting to take notice. I know you are, because if you're watching this video when it's first uploaded, it's nearing the holidays, and I don't know about you, but I am so ready. We have heavy custom designs on this island, and although there isn't a lot of space for plants, Fablewood still has a lot of plants and trees and flower growths. I have a hard time finishing islands with complex themes, so this one wasn't really fully done as well, but keep watching because later on I have some fully decked islands that you don't want to miss. Fablewood gets some nature points with these random crops over here, and it's also pretty easy to navigate around. Guys, I literally forgot that I did this build, but look at this. This is a whole penguin colony situation, and it is so creative, and I don't know where I got this idea, but I'm happy I had it. And I'm happy that this isn't a dream address because this is so cute. We have the penguins, little custom design dresses, and the item that makes it look like little ice cubes. I'm just obsessed. I don't know. It's so creative. And then I bumped into myself on my dream island, the dream version of myself, and it kind of felt like that Spider-Man meme every time I bump into myself on an island that I made. But this is a reindeer stable, so I'm pretty sure, you know, since I'm being Isabelle, I can't complain about there's not enough decoration. Look at this. We have the blue chicken Ken once again on this island, and like I said, I think I have a problem with that. I don't know why he appears every time. The villager lineup is spectacular. We have Eric as the reindeer and Dobie, which adds so many points. The wolves are so underrated, and Dobie is my absolute favorite. I know a lot of you guys probably agree with me. This one's a solid 3.8. Points for creativity and coziness and the theme, but some points off for just not having a lot to even rate in the first place. Honestly, guys, I really don't know why I didn't finish this island. It could be either one of two things. I just ran out of ideas because, you know, the Penguin Empire took a lot in me, or it just literally passed Christmas, so this is a mystery. Okay, we made it to an island that's not just special, but it's historic. This was my first ever Animal Crossing island back in 2020. I literally had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I needed Judy at all costs, or like Anka, just, you know, those popular villagers. I also did anything for the items that you see on this island, so it was all love, all heart, and maybe it's just not aesthetic, but that's okay. There's no terraforming, no Pinterest inspo, just vibes and a dream. And the best part is, I didn't even record it properly. I filmed it with my phone on a tiny tripod pointed at the TV screen while I tried to play. And that was my whole setup. I was also sitting on a strange little beanbag. As you can see, it is very easy to navigate around the island because it was just very flat, and I liked it like that. I had this pink brick path and all the villager icons in front of their houses. That was like a cultural reset moment. Like everybody had that in front of their houses. And I honestly think this is high up in the rankings just because of how special this island is to me. Every single flower you see was bred with love, sweat, tears, all of that. It was hard, and I just really love this island. It's so nostalgic. And although compared to nowadays, you know, the highly complex aesthetic islands that we all know and love, this island was a 5-star island. It was fully developed and it was up to par with Isabelle's standards. So just saying. It's beautiful. It's up there in the ranking. And I think the villagers were also really good. I worked really hard to curate the perfect list of all the beautiful ones that I loved at the time. And it's just truly a time capsule into 2020 when I played 24/7 like we all did. So obviously this one I had probably honestly the most fun out of every single island because I was just so enamored by this game when it first came out. The simplest things I loved. I had people, you know, IRL friends over to trade DIYs that we worked so hard from. I had a little DIY stand and it was the cutest thing. So this is definitely, I would say, a 4-star. We take some points off because bless my heart back then, I don't know what I was doing with the paths, but you know, A for effort. Truly a special island, and although it is not the top favorite, it definitely is emotionally very, you know, special to me. So yeah, it's up there, 4 stars. The island has a lot of hustle and bustle and there's a lot going on. It's definitely growing real nice because I managed to get all the popular villagers in one place. And if you would like to see more hustle and bustle on my channel, feel free to like the video, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I would really appreciate that. Let's get back into it. In 6th place, I have my City Core Island Pudding, which was my most recent island that I finished completely. Yes, besides the beaches. But anyways, this island has all the bridges, we got the inclines, and even a dog park with a really realistic design. Navigation is perfect because actually I wanted this island to specifically be easier to walk around compared to the one before this. I actually really like this island because I gave Raymond a whole Equinox gym to manage, and I thought, why not have him do a different job than his usual accounting job? Nature points are super strong, especially to the back of the island where I spent several days and a lot of pain making the darn rock garden. The back of the city island is more rural, which I think turned out really cute. You know, we got the juxtaposition with the front of the island being super city-like. I think Isabel will be really proud of this. Villager list for pudding is so good. We got all the cuties, Goldie and Stitches, my favorite villagers, and we have Melba, another one of my favorites. Just a lot of cuties, and you know, honestly, there's no Ken, so we have a little bit of variety with this one. I actually finished this island pretty fast, so it's safe to say that I really enjoyed making it. Definitely 4 stars for me. I really do hope Isabel gets some fresh air in the update. Let's cross our fingers for her. 5th place is Paradiso, the vintage island version. If you remember from earlier in the video, you saw Paradiso version 1. You're gonna see 3 versions of Paradiso in this video because this island is the same one as my very first one from 2020. I just reconstructed her a couple times. In Paradiso's vintage theme rendition, you can find extreme amounts of super aesthetic and cute custom designs that fit perfectly with the theme. It is relatively still easy to walk around and do stuff. We're not getting stuck, you know, which is always good. But it leans towards more cluttercore. I was in my cluttercore era and I was loving it. This is definitely one of my top favorite islands because of how cozy it is. It is almost a finished island, so there's lots to see. There are fruit trees around, cedar trees, lots of different colored flowers, which clearly attracted only the best of the best villagers. This villager lineup is superior. We have Wirt Jr., who is one of my absolute favorites. He's one of my favorite frogs, and I know some of you guys have a lot to say about him. Is he too warty? Is he just too bumpy of a creature? Who knows? But I love him, and I think he's a gem. This era of Mighty Horizons journey was heavily inspired by all the incredible Instagram photos of people's stunning and aesthetic islands. You know, the ones with those like gorgeous filters? Yeah, those. Super pretty. And yeah, I got a lot of inspo from that and did sunken waterfalls on this island, loads of terraforming. And I really liked how, you know, using the antique furniture set or the wedding set kind of made it look like furniture from somebody's grandma's house. And it was just so cute. It was so cozy. I loved it. There's just lots of flowers, nature, and cliffs, and I'm sure Isabel approves. I mean, besides the staircase leading to a little bit of a situation getting to the other side, but I think Isabel still approves. I think when she said that we need to plant more flowers like 100 times each time we talk to her, this is what she meant. But overall, I would rate this 4.5 stars because it's a highly developed island, lots of DIY items, inclines, bridges, but some points taken off because, you know, cluttercore, you know, dropped items as decoration is Isabel's biggest nightmare. But it's clearly one of my favorite ways to decorate. Coming up in 4th place, we have Lumiere, my Japanese town island. This island is one of my favorites because of how it looks like it came out of an anime. I was so proud of how this turned out and was thriving using all of the cherry blossom items. I think it's like 80% finished and has organized neighborhoods, a manga shop, a temple, and an overlook that I'm obsessed with. Even though I didn't finish it and it cuts off, so if you're trying to cross the bridge to get somewhere, good luck, it ain't happening. There's clearly an extreme amount of items used, which brings the rating up for me. However, it does not reach a 5-star rating because of the disgusting situation in the back of the island. Not only was I thriving making this island, clearly the mums were thriving too, because that is a scary sight. Not as bad as pansies though. In a way, I think Isabel appreciates more flowers. You can never have enough in her book. So that's fine. Lumiere's lineup is a bit mysterious because we have a couple of Japanese themed villagers and then there's just Diva. I feel like a lot of my past islands had stunning lineups and then there's just a wild card thrown in there. So I did appreciate that Diva was there because we did have some interesting parties at her house on stream. She's the life of the party in Lumiere. I very much enjoyed making this island, so overall, I give this a 4.5 as well. Ooh, it's getting exciting. Now we're up to the 3rd most favorite island, and it is Sweetpea, my cherry blossom fairy core island. This was my ticket to finally being able to make a whole pink island that is whimsical and highly detailed. This island is super terraformed and developed, except for the fact that I chose to keep Blather's museum a tent for aesthetic purposes. Nook's Cranny was also kept in its pre-upgraded form for the same reason. This island is less functional because I swear if you tried having a fishing tourney here, it just wouldn't work. People would be bumping into things, rescue services would be called. It's not the best island for that, but there's a lot going on, and although it is beautiful, it is clearly an island just for decorating. What I love about it is the amount of plants and trees, which really makes it feel natural and just super magical to me. I loved making this island because it is pretty much finished. I remember having so much inspiration from just using all the mush items, and one of my favorite items ever in New Horizons is the mush lamp. My obsession with that item actually started in Paradiso version 1 times. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite item is. And for this island, I'm going to rate it 4.8 stars. Also, I don't have 4.8 star graphics, so the 4.5 will have to do. Also, PS, the villager lineup, insane. Derwin, Rosie, Mary, Cookie, insane. My second favorite island I've ever made was another super old one, which doesn't even have a save on the Dream Islands at this point, I'm sure. It is Paradiso, the medieval version, aka Paradiso version 3. This island is my Game of Thrones inspired island, which was incredibly fun to make. I was truly obsessed with the show at the time of making this island. As you can see, I have the dragon, the taverns, and all the medieval builds. I absolutely love this island, and it's also very easy to walk around. It's cute and also relatively functional. Nooks and the museum are upgraded, and the rest of the island is also fully developed. Nature points are high with evenly scattered trees and flowers, and I used a lot of weeds as decoration, which is my favorite. The amount of Game of Thrones references, such as the jousting competition here, just makes this island very special to me. I sure as hell don't wish that I lived in the medieval times though, because of the rampant diseases, and I don't think it was very sanitary back then, but let's just say I'm very fortunate to be born in this generation. The rustic feel of this island truly makes you feel like you're being whisked away to another time, even though it's through a video game. I'm actually so sad, guys, that I lost this island because I'm obsessed with this one. This was also the time where everyone was making horse stables, and I took it a step further, like 10 steps further, and placed insane amounts of the Spring You Ride On item all over. I was obsessed with it. And since this island has Shep, it immediately goes to 5 stars. And I managed to have Stitches again on this island, and he's just kind of like Ken, he's just everywhere. My top favorite island of all time is my kidcore island, Gumdrop. This island may look familiar to you if you've been a part of the channel for a while. We've had all the milestone celebration parties mostly on this island, and so many minigames with you were played on this island. Not only is it my favorite island theme-wise, but there are also just so many fond memories of all of us on Gumdrop. Although this island's intricate navigation made it hard for us to find each other in minigames of hide and seek, I really love how happy this island makes me feel, and I think all of our islands should do that for us. They should just make us feel happy when we play them. All the kidcore colors, the tiles, the nostalgic feel of this island makes it my top number 1. There is a huge city portion and also lots of nature in the back of the island. I enjoyed making this island so much and did countless decorating streams on this channel back then. This was actually my main island for a long time, and I refused to delete it. I can't even put my Isabelle glasses on right now because the island just makes me emotional, guys, for some reason. And I love how islands not only showcase our gameplay at the time, but also represent a period in our lives. And this Gumdrop period was full of community and channel memories, and I honestly can't wait to make more with you guys. It's a completely finished island with loads of items. We're giving it a 5-star rating, obviously. And even though we have Hippo in the lineup, which honestly, don't know how that happened again. Like I said, it's a wild card. I'm still giving this a 5-star. It is a very, very special and solid island. And I know my last video was all about how simplistic and nostalgic 2020 core is coming back, but all my past islands were literally quite the opposite, as you can see. I think that's why I'm ready for the life sim simplicity again. I did enjoy it so much when I made these islands at the time, and looking back at all these islands make me realize how truly dedicated I've been to this game and how much of a comfort game it is for me. I'd love to know which islands were your favorites in the comments below, and thank you so much for being here and watching. If you'd like to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video so you don't miss more content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day and take care.